Vetting a prospective acquirer, capital provider, or partner in a business is not an easy task. And therefore, as much as one may like someone, as much as one may want to work with somebody, it's important to really verify, validate the qualifications of that prospective party. How to know if a buyer or capital provider is real? We like to look at 4 primary things as we're evaluating prospective counterparties for any client that we're representing. First of these is capability, and this is both from a tactical perspective as well as a financial perspective. And so when someone wants to buy a business, when someone wants to capitalize a business, we want to know, are you able to do so? Do you have the funds available? Do you have the people available? Do you have the processes that are capable to do what you're contemplating doing? The second is information. Does this person have the knowledge? Does this firm, company have the knowledge or the understanding, both from what we need to provide in terms of making them capable to make an educated decision, as well as from their own activities to be able to make this decision? If somebody's in the widget field and all of a sudden they want to buy a AI-driven services company, there needs to be an understanding that they have a requisite understanding to actually do this. And that part of the exercise is educating them, but it's also not a process of purely educating them for a tire kicking exercise. And so there's always that balance there. The third is experience. If you really want to see what someone's capable of doing in the future, the best way to get some indication of that is to look to the past. If someone says, I'm really ramping up to buy a big company that does X, well, have you bought several smaller companies that do X? Have you been in the field for a long time? What is the level of experience? And this can be tricky sometimes, because if you're selling a smaller business, or if you're finding capital for a smaller or earlier stage business, then not every prospective counterparty is going to have that track record, because you may be that earlier experience for them. However, we need to know some tangible, some valid experience, and whether it's professionally, otherwise, in this current iteration of their firm or company or whatever it may be, but give us something. We need to validate it somehow. And lastly is a plan. I think it was Elon Musk that said when he interviewed people, he would ask them, tell me a problem that you solved. And when they'd tell him, oh, I solved this big problem at our company, he'd say, how did you solve it? And they'd go into it in a little bit of detail. He said, no, tell me more about how this was fixed and how you did this and how you did that. But the point being, prod and prod and prod. When we've seen the most successful, whether it's operators, acquirers, capital providers, they know the path, the plan, in an incredibly granular and detailed fashion. And we do that with our company too. If a potential client asks us, how does the process work to sell my business? How does the process work to find capital? We can walk them through that process over that 100 days and then 180 days, exactly what's going to happen every day and who's going to be doing what and how it works, because that's what we do, because that's the thing we're obsessed with, that we're focusing on every day. And so if someone says, yeah, I'd like to buy this company, and they say, we are capable to do it, we have adequate information, we have experience, I say, great, walk me through how you're going to do that from here until it's done and beyond. And if the plan is, well, we'll get a little this, that, and it's soft and it's fluffy, then we really have to drill down and say, listen, you can't take an offer serious until we know the path is serious and specified as well. If someone says, well, we have this other company, we're going to work this process through for 90 days, and then we're going to have another 60 for this, and then it's going to be part of this larger thing, and here's how it fits in, there's a lot more confidence there. So that's one of the 4 main variables as well. And so that's a thought for today. Is the buyer real? Is the capital provider real? Right? We do our vetting process both looking into what we can see from the public realm, but as the communications are taking place, we want to narrow in on these 4 items as well and get a real level of confidence. Capability, information, experience, and a real plan. So that's a thought for today. Hope the week's going well for everyone. Keep pushing forward. God bless. We'll see you next time.